They basically wanted to give your mom blue balls. That's what they did to me.
Welcome to Sisters Do, our YouTube channel, where we sisters
do and talk about whatever we want.
And then we basically just give our dumbass opinions about it. I mean, really, for real.
Yes. And now, today, do you know us?
You don't know us.
It's okay. Well, I'm Dominique.
I'm Brooke.
And I'm Nicole.
And we're Sisters Do.
The opinions expressed by these ladies are their own and you can take it or leave, and they do not represent the opinions and views of others and will not be responsible for your reaction to the ratchet shit they say out of their mouths. They just hope you sit back and enjoy what they got to say. This also contains spoilers, so if you continue on before watching whatever the hell they are viewing, it's all your fault because we just told you.
Hey you guys, so thanks to TikTok, we are reviewing a movie from Netflix called Daily Illusions. It has Christian Davis, who we all know as Charlotte on Sex and the City. In this movie, Christian plays a best-selling author named Mary Morrison, who is reluctantly hiring a nanny named Grace to help her out as she writes so she can get more in depth about her book. Meanwhile, she intertwines with her family and a lot of crazy stuff happens. So, anybody want to get started?
Wow.
What y'all think about this movie, man?
I'm lost. I'm completely lost. I watched the movie twice and still I must have missed something. Can't get to the, first of all, let's get to when she didn't want a nanny. Let's get there first. She didn't want a nanny. She reluctantly to get one.
She didn't even write the book, for real. That's the matter. She didn't want to write that book.
True.
She definitely didn't want to write that book. So
but then when she had all these interviews with these weird nannies first, and then Miss Poppins came out of nowhere.
Literally, Mary Poppins.
Right. So basically, it was a mindfuck for me. Like a whole I'm confused and I don't know what's going on. Wait a minute.
I feel like information is missing.
She just popped up as it seems. Should I say as it seems? She came out of nowhere. Then what else happened? What else?
So we got a whole lesbian LGBTQ thing going on in this movie. Mm-hmm. They both seem weird to me. To be completely honest, they both seem weird. I didn't know which one was more weirder than who. She said she turned into a different person while writing. So I'm like, this movie is. I need more information. If they wanted to draw you in, they basically wanted to give your mom blue balls. That's what they did to me. So that's exactly what it did to me.
First of all, no. It was soft porn.
Yeah, and I'm unsatisfied.
In some scenes with soft porn made you question your sexuality a little bit. It just I don't know. Do I want a nanny? But
so I feel like being though was a mindfuck for me because just I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm trying to pay attention to this. I'm trying to pay attention to that. But now I'm starting to, when I look at the, back from her girlfriend Elaine. That's my girl from Shameless.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And how she was talking to her the whole time. Every time I was trying to pay attention the second time to see if, the husband, the girl was really paying attention to she never really paid attention to Elaine. Grace. If you ever noticed, she never really paid attention to Grace throughout the whole movie. Grace, like every time, Grace never paid attention to Elaine. Because I kept looking, so maybe Elaine's there, she's not there. I know she interacts with the family, but she really never interacted with Grace at all. The whole time.
True.
So that was like, and then when she asked her about that situation, like what happened and didn't need to happen, when she was like fingering her, wherever she was, and she was like, I don't know what you're talking about, when that happened. No, I was like, wait a minute, did she imagine all this stuff?
I didn't even think about her. She never even really paid it no mind.
I don't know, because I'm told you I'm lost.
Yeah.
I watched it twice, and I'm still got questions. And I mean, I tried to look at it when I watched it the second, maybe the third time. I tried to look at it from all these different angles, and I still, once it got up to the end, it still was like, what did I miss? I swear I'm gonna watch it again, just because I feel like I kept missing something.
And another thing, Elaine, and you never seen Elaine by herself without Mary. It was all, every time they was together, like, you know how she walked into the room. It was
no, because then again, you don't know, because remember they was driving and Elaine was in the car.
With the husband.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. At first, I thought it was like the husband had sent Mary Poppins and the nanny and Grace to seduce because he wanted to, like, but then I'm like, what? Like, they didn't even really have no real interactions either like that until the part where what threw me off is him wanting to take her to the ice cream.
Right. He wanted to fuck.
But then remember when they was like, she had, I guess, imagined or supposedly was having sex. Them two was having sex. You know, when Grace was having sex with her husband, and they was like getting it in, and it was like he kept saying stuff like, "Yo, I don't want to play this game no more with you." Because remember, they was always fucking. They was always having sex. So I figured that was one of our alters. That's when it made me think. But every time she would talk to her publisher. Until they would give her ideas of what to happen to the character, it would actually happen. And he was looking. I kept trying to read the notes on the board.
Right.
So I'm like, so I come to the conclusion. I don't know if y'all came to the whole shit was made up. Basically,
I get that part. I feel like it must be. I guess at this point, it seems like it's going to be a part 2. So I guess hopefully they'll draw all these characters in that she got going on, because I can't. My mind is still blown because I don't know what.
Is this the person that who do you have the information on who made this movie? Because like this is the thing. This movie did exactly what I think it needed for it to do. Because I know y'all gonna watch part 2 if part 2 come out. Because at some point it has to come together. It gotta come together. You said it was a sequel, right? But yeah, like I gotta watch part 2. Like the author, she wrote me in. The director did it.
So I got it. Two hours later.
After taking a necessary needed break to honestly rewatch the movie.
Yeah.
So let me go back to my beginning. I'm just as confused as ever. It didn't nothing after watching it 4 times. I'm still at the fact of I don't know when the lines got blurred. The lines came from reality to fiction. I don't know where that is.
So I'm at the 3rd time of watching this movie. I'm done. I can't watch this no more. It doesn't take too much of my life. I don't understand what's going on. I was basically trying to figure out, I don't watch this movie.
And if you do, just be high as hell while you're watching it.
Oh my goodness.
Or drunk or whatever. Something that you can come up with some type of clue as to.
You're not going to find one. This movie sucked.
It did.
But it pulled me in because now I got to watch the second one.
If there's
a second one, I'm going to have to watch it. Because this movie couldn't be that bad without. I need something.
It just was missing so much information.
Like,
I'm confused. I don't know.
in the comments, let us know if you watch this movie. Are you confused? Or we just
We
dumb? Like, what is it?
I don't understand. I
So-
still don't. So, what part of the movie, like, what's the most memorable scene for you guys?
The fuck?
The one was, I mean, she got her hair caught in the blender, and they took that nice little chunk, perfect chunk, got caught in the blender. Like, why, like, I'm confused. Like, it just made it. I don't understand.
From what I could ascertain, from watching the whole damn thing for the third or fourth time, or I don't even know, this time I had to pay attention, for real, I feel like the whole thing was made up. Like, I felt like the whole thing was in her imagination, and I think Elaine had already been dead from being killed from one of her patients, and this was her way of dealing with her grief. That's the only thing that I can possibly think of, because there's no way. It's just no way that, you sitting here, every time the girl came in and was doing something seductive to her, but next thing you know, the girl just disappears and she wakes up. Like, she imagined everything, how everything, down to even as a part where she goes to this girl's hometown. And
Listen, y'all want to know my favorite part? Y'all know that part right at the end that say the end? That was my favorite part. Because I'm over this movie.
Okay, so we're all at a
lost.
loss for words. We don't know who was the actual trench coat person.
Bandit,
They
the killer.
killed Elaine, and who walked out of the psych institution.
All right,
Let us know in the review. In the comments.
wait a minute, before we get there, I'm gonna take that part out. What clues did we feel like there was something else going on? Like, this girl had a split personality? Because that's what actually happened. The girl had somebody had a split personality. We don't know who it is.
It was the split personality you can see in some of the scenes where her eyes would
Switch.
like her demeanor was switched. Like when she was giving her a massage on the putting the suntan lotion on her back.
Mm-hmm.
It's like her personality was going in and out, and she was trying to control herself. So again, I don't know where the lines blurred between the reality and the fiction.
Only thing that I could felt like, if we kept paying attention to, if you go watch it, pay attention to when she's writing, because when she's writing, some of the stuff that she actually writes ends up happening. Like when there's a part where her homegirl Elaine, gets stabbed in the neck.
And if you look at the thing.
And before she got stabbed in the neck, right there, I guess the night before or whatever, she actually wrote that actual scene in one of the books.
Right.
So this is what made me, at that point, that's why I realized maybe none of this is happening.
Wait.
None of this happening at all.
Could Grace have been Elaine's patient prior to?
That's what I was kind of thinking.
And then,
She ended up being a babysitter, and she kept trying to warn her.
maybe. I don't know. I don't
All
know.
the questions that you'll have for this movie will never be answered.
Hopefully.
But we would like to know your input on how you felt about the movie, what you thought about it, what you thought about the review. I just don't know what else we could possibly say to describe this movie, because
we can't.
So overall, we have been mind fucked by this movie.
I have movie blue balls. I'm unsatisfied. I feel like that I just got there, then boom.
Nothing.
And every time you think you have the ending would explain stuff, this ending explains nothing. Nothing.
So again,
Like, she don't go to, nobody goes to jail.
Nobody goes to jail.
Nobody goes to jail. How the hell, if you're accused, you walk out of the police station,
It don't even
you
get
get stopped by nobody, to go all the way, what, 3 hours, she said? To go to this girl's hometown to go talk to her aunt who has 2 personalities,
At least 3.
At least.
Again, we don't know.
We don't
too.
know.
It was just like something somebody put together and said, let's fuck it.
It
Make it a
said
movie.
this person literally wrote a bunch of shit on a piece of paper and said, you know what? Let's make it a movie.
And see what happens. So, with that being said,
Like, comment, subscribe. We have plenty more.
So thank you for watching our review of Deadly Illusions.
please like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget to return to see what us sisters do next.
And if you got any ideas, put them in the comments and let us know. And we'll see where we can do it.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining our first video. We got more to go.
Bye.